Sweat Equity Podcast and streaming show, pragmatic entrepreneurial advice and dick jokes, hosted by myself, Lost Smith, and Eric Reginger. Produced by John Paul Lababa from Tampaniac. Hashtag Girthy ROI, hashtag 69B2B, hashtag Sweat Equity. If you're giving us some love out there in the social media land, pass this along to a friend, loved one. Yeah, we're getting football season. It's Hard Knocks time.
This stays beyond football season.
Don't-
hockey season. I don't care.
Don't bring that playbook. We're not cutting you yet, all right? We're sponsored by trygrasshopper.com/sweat. That's trygrasshopper.com/sweat. Gets you $50 off your business phone line. Hook that up. Hook it up for us. It hooks you up, gives us a little shekels for our show. We're also sponsored by FreshBooks. Go freshbooks.com/sweat. These should be in the description if you don't write them down as you're jogging. Active listening, passive activity. You're in your car, stuck in traffic. You're ignoring your little kids like I do when I listen to podcasts. Go freshbooks.com/sweat. Better than QuickBooks, better than Zero. Get that direct deposit the next day, son. Warby Parker, warbyparkertrial.com/sweat. Give you 5 pairs to try on at your house. I got my prescription glasses through Warby Parker. You can do your sunglasses prescription through them. It'll be less expensive. You're paying for that retail. You're paying for that brick and mortar by one company, Italian company called Luxottica. They price gouge you. warbyparkertrial.com/sweat. If you want more of us, the Incremental Podcast hosted by Eric.
Yeah.
Wellness.
Yeah.
Getting well. Getting swole. Swole
Yeah.
Patrol.
Yep. I really got to record another one now, huh? It's like 5 episodes in a row. You keep talking about it.
I've resurrected my podcast, the College Football Podcast, 3XO, Triple Option Podcast. It's on iTunes. We do it on Sunday or Monday night, live on our Facebook page. So be part of that engagement. If you want production studio services, sweatlodge.studio. Sweatlodge.studio. That's where we do this recording from. And if you need digital agency help solving how, go to tocoba.ga. That's Tocobaga, tocoba.ga. Are we ready? That's how you do motherfucking pre-roll.
What
Woo!
about my sweat equity? Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity.
Hotty toddy. Ooh, baby. Ooh, yeah.
Not cool, right? That's not cool.
I've never heard that.
What about my sweat
Thanks for listening to the podcast before coming on. Erica D'Angelo from D'Angelo Law. Let them hear your voice.
Hey.
We swear there's a girl in here. We swear.
Our
She's
girl.
actually here.
She is a business attorney. She's a woman. She's a lady. Don't me too her. Call her
You
girl.
know what I meant. You know, boys or girls. It's just determining. One or the other.
You know what? I read a friend of the program, Matt Fernandez, I believe, had this post about calling white women ma'am is their N-word.
Whoa.
No? Anybody? I thought that was funny.
I'm not a fan.
But if I call you ma'am,
Not offended,
not offended, right?
but don't like it.
And therein lies a lot of confusion, I think, on men. We're like, okay, you don't like it, then we won't call you that. Like, not
My
offended.
assistant calls me ma'am, but I think it's because she just has like a southern personality and she was raised to call everybody ma'am and sir.
I think that is the cheat code. If you could do it in a southern accent and you're like, sir, ma'am, then it totally waives any of that, right? But I've said ma'am to people and they're like, don't call me ma'am. Like people I'm never gonna meet.
That's just,
Like people I'm never gonna see again.
Like, shut up. I was trying to be nice.
Hold the door for someone like at
Exactly.
Publix and they're like, I'm like, yes, ma'am, and they're like, don't call me ma'am. I'm like, who are you? I'm not. I don't see you. You're just.
Watch this. I'm gonna call this lady ma'am. She's
Yeah.
really gonna piss her off. It's
This
gonna
is
be
the
so
new
good.
Jackass.
Yeah, like-
we're really good. Tom Greener.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh man, look. It's a big deal now, and you lawyers are very specific about what your how calculated everything's phrased. So, because the College Football Podcast I mentioned, I do it with 2 business attorneys, and we literally got in a fight over if this was week 0 or week 1 when Florida plays Miami, and it's like, there's only 2 games on there, but they took that Saturday, and one guy's saying week 0, one guy says week 1. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is like This is the world they live in.
Who won?
Oh, I won because I said it's week 1.
Yeah,
it's just a 2-week week 1.
It's week 1.
If week 0 doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
And when ESPN really dictates how we message things, so I went on there and just looked it up. I think Erica's giving me a face like there is no way it's week 1. It's week 0.
No, it's week 1.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
We're on agreement. Then Chad, you're wrong.
Chad, you're such an idiot.
Chad. Sweeting, you're wrong.
Week 0.
He'll never listen to this.
Week.
I mean, it's tempting to call it 0 because it was Miami and Gators playing, and
wow,
you know.
Coming out the gate, hating. What are you? I thought you were an FSU fan.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, that's fine. How many wins are we getting out of them?
Oh God, I don't know. Not enough.
I'm thinking 7-5.
Erica might know more about college football than me these days.
Yeah, I'm looking over at you, and you're like, huh?
Are they good?
No, they're not very good. No, a lot of the Florida teams aren't very good right now, but neither is Auburn. We'll probably lose to Oregon on Saturday night. Anyway, let's talk business. Let's talk business a little bit. We have had business attorneys in here before, and I feel like it's worth reiterating. This is very softball question, straight up, very transparent with the audience. And this is general business. Why do I need an LLC to protect my business? Or why do I need anything to protect my brand?
Well,
what's the point of it? What do I need to do? I just want to sell pizza. Why do I need anything? Some people are so clueless about this. It bothers me so much.
Well, we live in a world where there's so many people who think they can be entrepreneurs, and we have access to so many resources with the internet now that people just jump in, but they don't really know the first thing about what needs to be put in place before you start holding yourself out there as a business. But one of the reasons you need an LLC or a corporation or some sort of entity is to separate yourself from your business for liability purposes. So if something happens, whether it's financial or some sort of legal action, you can protect yourself as an individual and your personal finances, and whatever happens will just reflect the business. I mean, worst case scenario, you lose your business. That's better than losing your life savings. But one of the other things that people ignore the most, which is very frustrating in my line of business, is protecting their brand. And that's usually through trademarks or copyright, or depending on what kind of business somebody's in. But they just go ahead, they search SunBiz in Florida, or they search whatever Secretary of State for the state they're in Google, and they're like, oh, nobody else has this name, I'm free to use it. And they just start using it without doing their due diligence.
Yeah, you were telling me a story last week. I forget it was a local story about a name, and the name isn't even, I can't even remember it. I have it in my notes, but it was like cold brew or something. What was the story you told me about just naming?
I think I told you too, but there's one about the Seminole Heights businesses. Is that the one?
Yeah, for those outside the area, it's like the hipster part of Tampa. Your Silver Lake of Tampa, I guess, or Williamsburg of Tampa, if you're in New York or LA.
This guy had like a coffee truck where he sold coffee out of his truck, kind of like a food truck. Mm-hmm. And then there's another business called Brew Bus, and they're actually brick and mortar, and they have a crafted beer line called Florida Avenue. Yeah. And this coffee truck guy, Spatty, he wanted to open a restaurant, an actual brick and mortar, and kind of expand his brand. So he did that, and he started promoting it. He invested a lot into it. And on opening day, he got hit with a trademark infringement lawsuit from Brew Bus, saying that he's infringing on their name because he named it like Florida Avenue Eatery or Florida Avenue Eats. I can't remember which one it was, but literally day one, he had to completely rebrand.
So just to clarify for some peeps, that Florida Avenue is an actual avenue that the Spatty's coffee guy was on, and Brew Bus is residence or whatever is headquartered on an actual Florida Avenue. They have a beer called Florida Ave.
Yeah, too. But how can they take Florida Avenue, that part of it, and lay a trademark claim if it's not the same exact name, right? They didn't use the same exact name as the other people.
So that's actually a really good question, and that's what some people were arguing when
this
happened. Is is the geographic significance of
We-
a trademark.
We like when we get gold stars. When guests say that's a good question, we're like, oh, we did it. We did good. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so the hard part is that there was a geographic significance to it, and a lot of times you can't get a trademark when it revolves around geography, but there is kind of a workaround, and that's exactly what Bird Breath did. So about 5.5 years ago, they applied for the trademark for Florida Avenue, and they got it on what's called the supplemental register. There's 2 different trademark registers. So if it's descriptive, you can sometimes get on the supplemental. So they got on there, and then for 5 years, they continue to run their business and have Florida Ave. And after the 5 years, then you can apply to be on the main register, and that's when you have the rights to file the infringement case and all the other benefits that come along with it. So Spatty just coincidentally opened his shop right after their 5-year mark, and when they applied to be on the principal register.
It's still
So-
crazy, but like,
It is.
I mean,
You're
the-
still
they're-
perplexed. It's,
well,
it's a public entity. It feels like
right. It just seems like, calling it Tampa Bay, whatever, and then being like, I use Tampa Bay in my name too. I'm suing you. I don't.
Well,
I don't
Florida
get
Ave
how-
is more specific than Tampa Bay, right? Like he probably never would have, Brewbus probably never would have gotten on to the supplemental register at all if they were just referring to Tampa Bay. Like I see a lot of trademarks out in San Francisco where people call it Bay Area, whatever. They're not getting those trademarks. It's not possible because Florida Avenue doesn't really have geographic significance to people outside of this small area. They were
Mhm.
able to get on the supplemental register.
But if I went Castro Street in San Francisco, that's where all the gay people hang out.
You would know that.
I do. I party with the gays over there. That would make sense,
But
right?
this is exactly why, though, Spatty or whoever else, I don't know who else was involved in that business, should have gone to a trademark attorney and gotten the search and figured it all out ahead of time. I mean,
But they don't want to spend that time or money.
but it costs a lot more
I
money.
know, it's crazy. Well, we're not good planners, right? Just I think in general. I think
Who's we?
we yeah.
Shut up.
No.
Me and Erica are good players.
Right.
No, look, I'm saying you guys are better planners than I am, probably. I'm just saying, we as humans, the royal we're not good planners as far as I should sit down and write a list and ask someone older than me who's been there what to do, right? This,
I mean, should everybody just wing it when they're opening a business?
do you know how many people do?
Well, yeah.
It's crazy. That's
what
why a
I'm
lot of them
complaining
fail.
about.
I think that's why the fail rate's so high,
Yeah.
right? Because I think if you really look at it, you wouldn't dip your toe into this thing. But ego is a slippery slope, right? You need enough to do it, but too much is really bad, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're not really taking a step back. You just think you got it all. And so, so my thing with like ego and small business owners, like if you get to 5 years, what's the stat we looked up a while back? It's like 50% are done by year 5, something like that.
Yeah, that was year 3, but
Most people,
whatever.
maybe a 70%. Yeah, there's a
Maybe
3
it's
year and a 5
100.
year. Maybe,
Just make up stats. Who
Yeah,
cares?
maybe.
110% of businesses go out immediately.
How many become tycoons?
Right.
That's what I want to
All
know.
of
I want to
them.
bring back tycoon, magnet, and baron. I think instead of entrepreneur.
Okay.
Entrepreneur's it's too hard to spell.
We give tycoon advice.
Yeah, we give tycoon. This is a tycoon
Yeah,
podcast.
hashtag tycoon advice.
Yeah. Can go.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like most people. This is why most Americans outlive their means, right? I talk about that on stage. You're not a real American unless you've really lived outside what you can spend.
Yeah.
Because we're notoriously bad at saving, right? It's the same thing with business. You should go find someone. Hopefully, this podcast will help to go, what are the 5 things I need to get started with? And I always go business attorney and accountant. Like, get those 2.
I think that's great advice.
It's a part of a rack sheet. The next one's like insurance, because people don't think about that either.
Mhm.
Good business bank account.
It's not shiny.
It's not. People want to really romanticize a lot of entrepreneurship, and I look, myself included. Like, I do like that part of it where it is very American and it's very attractive to create your own thing. I think of Teddy Roosevelt a lot, I guess, even though he wasn't really an entrepreneur, but he was more of a government guy. But I'm saying like
He was a governor.
he was a rough rider, he was a pioneer. I think you get all American thinking about that explorer-ish kind of thing.
Started that record label and, took off.
Who's that?
Teddy Roosevelt, Rough Riders.
Did he?
Right.
Oh,
Started
oh
Rough
yeah.
Riders, right?
Dun, 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 dun,
Perfect. Yeah. Anyways.
So,
Didn't mean to derail you.
so stop, drop. All right. So, what I'm saying is, I think a lot of people go, I make a fucking good pizza. I should open a pizza place because I make it better than the guy who owns the place I'm working at. I'm gonna make a pizza place. You make a good pizza, but that's about 20% of actually running the business, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
So that's what people
Tops.
that's what people don't understand. The administrative side, when you get into it, is half of what you do. Like just worrying about all this other stuff. When you get employees, that's when you get. So your business, to me, like you as a business attorney helping small businesses, I think the more humans that get involved, the more work there is to be done on a legal side, right?
For sure, yeah.
Because your operating agreements get bigger and they get longer, and
If you have one,
right.
hopefully.
Yeah, most people don't have one, which is crazy too, right?
Yeah.
Like my thing was like when I started this, I go, I'm gonna be super tight, like crazy, and this will dovetail back into trademark. I'm crazy. You saw our contract; it's long for a digital agency.
yeah.
It's super long, and you're like, what the hell? But it's like it's not tangible, right? And now we're in this age where digital. There's a lot of digital out there. There's a lot of Instagram entrepreneurs or Pinterest, Etsy shop owners out there that, that think they have a brand, but it's not really protected. And I think what we've talked about is that you might be hitting a wave where people are starting businesses in this intangible era, right? I have a brand, but what is it? It's me. There's a lot of people.
It's intellectual property is what it really is.
Exactly.
But people don't think that they need to protect the intellectual property because they don't see it, right?
Right.
Even if they write it all out and they have these documents on their computer of content and everything, they don't understand that is something that's protectable and that you need to protect, and ultimately that's the value of your company.
Right. I mean, like people talk about the hard part with digital and why our contracts are tight is because there's a weird disconnect. There's a cognitive dissonance of like the work done here. And I'm like, no, Eric and I are actually doing it. Like,
I know we don't
like,
have an
oh,
app that
I
does
wa-
all this
we're
stuff
not
for us.
s- but
We
we're-
actually have to do it.
we're like, part of me goes, we're not sending out to the Philippines, but even that is its own service because you know how to project manage those kind of people, right?
Right.
I Filipinos, I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know.
You
You gotta tell. You gotta learn Tagalog.
That's
and- and how
but
to
project
communicate
managing
with these people.
anybody like remotely is super difficult, I think. And keeping it within your budget. I'm just saying, like, I want to keep a time lapse video of us working on stuff for people, so it's like, no, we're really sitting here doing all the shit.
Yeah, it's weird to see the final product never looks like it should with the amount of hours that we put in.
Right.
Because like you and I both want it to look clean and we want it to look seamless and all this stuff, and then it's like you get that and people are like, it's a big deal.
And then I don't know, but you get I've had a lot of bad debt clients this year just because they're like, I don't think you're doing anything. You're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like that's not what we agreed on. I'll
Yeah.
get it done by when I said I'll get it done, kind of thing. So it's one of those things where I had another one recently, and I was just like, we're gonna go after them.
Yeah, you just gotta stop chasing them.
No.
Stop trying to make it.
I
romanticize it.
let Fantetti Legal do it.
Good. Go on.
Erica may help me in the future. So tell me about trademark. Why is trademark important?
Well, it kind of goes back to what we were just talking about. If you are serious about starting a business and a brand, some people want to open drop shipping companies and try to make a quick buck, and they don't really care about establishing the brand, and that's fair. We live in a world where that's an option. But if you want to grow something, it all comes down to brand recognition, and whether it's your name or your logo. And people's logos change, so I do put more emphasis on getting your name protected. If you spend all that money on whether it's like branding and graphic design, signage, and then the time that you put into your marketing efforts to get people to recognize that brand and that name, only to have to change that name down the road, I mean, that's a lot of money lost. And it's not as uncommon as people think. People think, oh, that's so far-fetched if somebody ends up with the same name as me. But it's actually not that far-fetched because think about how long trademarks have been around, like how many people have registered, especially in the culture we live in right now where entrepreneurship is cool and exciting and trendy and people just want to are filing for these new names and starting businesses all the time. Like, how unique is your name really going to be? And I hear a lot of people who have been in business for several years, and then all of a sudden somebody files for that name, sends them a cease and desist letter because guess what? They filed, they got that registration, so they win.
They did what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I don't care if
Dennis
you've been in
Green
business
style.
for 10 years, like they got the trademark, they have the rights. And there's actually a lot of big firms who have clients where they just do a watch service, and if somebody else appears with a similar name, doesn't have to be identical, just something that could be similar, they're going to send a cease and desist letter and they're going to ask you to change your name. And if you don't, they're going to keep hounding you because they have more money, right?
Yeah.
Should I trademark my wife's name?
Yeah.
She's got a dental practice that's not, because lots of dentists, they'll use their name, which you don't need to trademark that, but she doesn't use her name. She uses Forest Hills Dental, which is Forest Hills, the neighborhood here in Tampa. And I'm concerned.
You should
guys
go through it.
Well, I went
Maybe
through
I
it
know
with a
someone-
podcast, and it's a pain in the ass.
I know someone that might be able to expedite that for you.
Yeah.
So
How
tell
long
us how you did it with that, because I bet Erica could kind of go, oh, well, here's what I would have done. Five different things.
It's tough for me to remember. It was like,
But it took a long time.
It took a while to get it done. Because I did one of the online legal things to get it started, and then had it all sent away. And then I needed a specimen of how we use the trademark, and I did not understand. Like, what do you people want from me?
So this is if
And
you
then I
try to
hired
do it on
another
your
one,
own.
and they did it, and it was done. But
Specimen.
like, I know it's so confusing the way
science
they.
experiment.
Yeah, no, it was like, oh, just use a screenshot. That screenshot's not good. It's like, so it only took me like 2 years. How long should it have taken me?
It takes about a year generally.
Good. So
Yeah.
I'm twice as stupid.
But you can be protected while you're
Right.
going through it, right?
You can actually file before you start your business as you're kind of getting everything going and getting ready to start.
Now we're talking real planning, though.
Well, yeah. But anyway, when you file it, you can expect to take a year, and you won't know for at least 3 to 4 months if you're going to end up with a refusal. If you don't get a search done ahead of time before you file, which is what you really should be doing, you could end up not finding out for like a year that you can't have that trademark.
What is a search? What do I? So, let's say I'm opening a business, doing it the right way. I call you. I go, hey, I'm opening a business. Can you do the search for me? Or is that part of the service? How does this work?
Well, different attorneys have it structured differently. So some have it included in the whole trademark process. You'll just get the search done to begin with. For me, it's separate because so many people have pushed back about the search. But I think it's crazy. I think everybody should have the search. Now, there's some people who have unique situations, and we kind of already know that there's not going to be something conflicting out there. Maybe they already filed a trademark, but they did it wrong, so we have to start over. Anyway, the search is not, again, it's not a Google search. It's not even going on to the trademark search. Some people think that they're really smart and they like, yeah, I already went on to the USPTO website and did a test search. But one example that trademark attorneys like to use is if you were to go on there and you were to search Starbucks, obviously you're going to find all of Starbucks' trademarks. But if you just add an S at the end to Starbucks, nothing's going to show up. But you think that if you have a coffee shop and you want to name a Starbucks and add an S at the end that you're going to be able to get that name? No.
Yeah.
So humans can't actually come up with every variation or combination of words and phrases and logos that could be considered conflict. So that's why I use a special software that can search it all for you.
It's called value added, listeners.
Well, it's called like best practices. I mean,
Sure,
'cause
on
if
your
you-
side, I'm going to market it for you. It's a value add,
Okay.
part of the service that you're protecting them. Yeah, I'm trying to sell you. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, it is best practices on your side, and that's what a lawyer should do. Now, let's say this too. We've talked about this. How frustrating it is that everybody thinks that their lawyer that does real estate law can do IP law, right? Like, you guys out there that think you have your buddy hooking you up, it might mess you up more because it's like a Trojan horse. You think that they're taking care of it, and they do commercial real estate law. They don't do. It's a totally different segment. Which, yeah, maybe you'll get by with that, but like they segment them out. You pick a lane as an attorney, and it's very defined.
Yeah, there's no way
The buddy hooking you up is not good.
No, like if somebody came to me for something like commercial real estate outside of contract, I wouldn't know what the heck to do because that's not what I do. I mean,
Right.
sure, could I find out and, like you said, get by, make it work? I'm sure I can. I'm trained as a lawyer to be able to do that. But if you're going to hire somebody and you want an actual result to get done, you need to hire somebody who that's what they do.
I think about it like general practitioner doctors. They only get like 2 hours of nutrition training. Like it's like in their curriculum, it's crazy, like how low it is.
Yeah.
So like when they're giving you advice, they're just going off of just old rhetoric a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's
Mhm.
like it's one of those things where you're like,
It's not preventative. They just when you're broke comes in.
but you don't
and
know.
then I'll
Like
fix
if you don't know that, then you just take their advice, and then you, in a weird way, you could get sicker
Sure.
or be less healthy or whatever. But I had something I meant to slack you. I heard about yesterday. Mr. T
I heard about that too.
just sued a marijuana company, not medical marijuana, I guess recreational, but they have a hybrid kind of weed called Mr. T. But
No, it's just MRT.
well,
right?
it's Mr. Tusk. They use like a periodic element in their like branding, so every one of their names
I see
is
what you're
like
saying. Like Breaking Bad's credits.
exactly.
Okay.
So it uses like a capital letter and then one or two letters after that. So it has MRT to stand for Mr. Tusk, which is what their strain is called. Strain is called.
Okay.
And so I'll show it to you. It looks. I mean, does he have a case? I guess
What does it have, a mohawk or something?
he doesn't want to be
With the gold
affiliated
chain?
with it. No.
What's
Oh,
the
that's just the
Huh?
letters.
So
don't
Mr.
get
T, you know who Mr. T is, right?
Mr. T and the Women? I don't know.
Oh.
That was a movie. Or was it
God, I
Dr.
feel
T?
old now.
How old are you? Am I allowed to ask that?
She's, she's a ma'am. That's all you need to know.
Ma'am, you know who Mr. T
Not
is?
madame. Don't get confused. No.
I
I'm not
pity the
gonna-
fool.
You remember the A-Team? Or what? Which Rocky was he in? 2,
He was-
3?
I've told you this. I don't remember movies. Like I don't. If you make a movie,
You
reference,
just
it
dropped
goes over my
Mr. T
head.
and the Women. That is a
Oh,
very
no.
obscure movie reference. I get it. Was that Richard Gere?
I think so.
I mean, what?
Is it
I mean, I
called
don't know.
Mr. T and
There's
the
a
women?
Dr. T, maybe.
Yeah,
Dr.
that's
T
it.
and the Women. Yeah.
Say Mr. T and the women. That's like a porno.
There's someone listening to this like, God damn it.
Just Google it, idiots.
That
I
movie
think
came
it
out
is-
in 2000. Yeah.
I think about
Dr. T and the
Dr.
Women.
T. Okay.
Yeah. I've only watched it like 5 times, guys. Okay.
Mr. T and the women.
You don't remember, but it's a Robert Altman film. That's why.
Oh.
It's talks really fast. One of those kind talkies. But Mr. T, you don't remember the A-Team? Guy had a mohawk. Said, "Pity the fool."
No, okay. Just, yeah.
Wow, really?
That's-
So that's that's important to this, right? Because no one under we're 35. I'll
Mhm.
just say you're younger than 35. I won't say any age unless you want to say it.
She
But
didn't. I already asked her and she didn't answer. Pretty clear.
bleed the fifth.
Yeah.
My birthday was this month. It's a sensitive topic.
That helps. That helps
Oh,
everybody.
I have a birthday.
Oh, do you have one?
Yeah, in
What is it?
general. Actually, my birthday's in a week.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah,
What are you gonna do?
nothing. I'm a grown man.
Play roulette,
Who
Russian roulette?
cares? Like, who
Deer
gives
hunter
a shit?
style?
Yeah.
So Mr. So that actually brings into like, could he even sue? Because he's not really relevant. Mr. T was popular in the 80s and not really like pretty popular, but not.
Okay, so Erica, would he have to show that he's still profiting from the name Mr. T? How would it like?
I think it's irrelevant. What you just showed me on that screen, MRT, and kind of that guy.
Yeah, gold chains,
Oh, yeah.
mohawk.
That guy.
Yeah, that dude. Well, he is one of those guys that's like if
His
you didn't-
whole life.
If
is
unless you're
Mr.
our
T.
age, you are like that's that dude. I don't like. He didn't do anything. He was in one movie in
Right.
A-Team. That's it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
the MRT and cannabis and whatever, completely unrelated. I don't think there's
Right.
any. Even if I did know who the guy was before you showed me his picture, I don't think there's any potential confusion.
I guess
between the
Mr. T,
two.
he just has to go after anything and everything
So
like
part-
that,
part
right?
of-
I mean, and what else is he gonna do?
So he's suing because
No more
he's
cereal money.
he is a born again Christian, I think,
Mm,
and so that's part of his brand. Watch Rocky 3, by the way, best Rocky. Yeah, I'll put it out there.
Okay.
Better than 4.
So
Or
what is
1.
this cannabis company doing with MRT? Like,
That's it. That's the thing I just showed
It's
you, the
just-
periodic table with
Uh-huh.
Mr. T, and they obviously they probably shorten it if you make an order over the phone.
But
or
they
the
weren't
retail.
even. They had MRT, no period after the
Yeah.
R or anything. It's not even. That's just
Well,
three
Mr.
letters.
T's lawyers think he can sue.
That's
What
just a
and whether they
non-acronym acronym.
here's what's ingenious though on Mr. T's side, if he wins or loses, he's getting PR, he's getting in the
sure.
news. So if you looked at it from a marketing dollars kind of aspect, the case
Yeah.
might get dropped or thrown out, but he's still getting talked about.
well, I don't know who owns this cannabis strand or who has
Leafly,
That. Well, see, okay, I don't know.
yeah.
But I don't know what kind of money they have, but presumably Mr. T has more money to fight it and just say.
At this point,
I mean, I have
The
no
the weed
idea
company
who
probably
this
has
company
more money
is.
than Mr. T.
There's a lot of small cannabis companies out there who don't have a lot.
I think this
going
is a
on.
This is for
pretty
40
big
years.
one.
Mr. T has authorized this name to be used for promotion and branded products, but he is not and never was on board with Leafly using Mr. T.
Is the T even capitalized?
Nope.
Nope. And there's
And
no,
no
period.
period.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Mr. T.
He's suing for trademark infringement and for the company to stop using Mr. T name. We've reached out to this is TMZ I'm reading. Reach out to Leafly for a comment. Obviously, they're not going to comment. but-
He has a trademark for Mr. T. You have to look at what does he have it in relation to.
I wonder if it was on purpose though. I wonder if the company did have it be called Mr. T in shorthand or something. You know,
Well,
because
you said Mr. Tusk, but
they
you
call it
didn't
Mr.
show
That's the
that.
real name is Mr. Tusk. So at the
Mhm.
bottom there,
I see.
and they have hybrid at the top left to as like a categorization thing. But the rep from how would you handle this on the PR side if you're their Leafly's attorney? Because they would just say we pity the absurdity of this claim. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
That was his line. Oh yeah, he used to say I pity the fool. I had to explain. I
Let's
was like,
explain why that's
oh,
a good
yeah.
comeback.
oh yeah, this is why it's kind of witty. I'm looking over at your blank. You're like,
Still talk about Mr. T? Yeah? Okay.
The most I've talked
me
about
when you're
Mr.
done.
T ever, all in my entire life, is like all condensed into that.
Yeah.
I've never thought about it more than just Rocky 3. All right, so, but I wanted to use that as an example of like how crazy this can get, right? Because you might not know there's someone in the cut waiting to sue you at any time, right? And what was the brew one? Did we go over that?
Florida Avenue Brew?
The boutique.
The boutique. This is a different local one, but this
Yeah.
is interesting too. I think for the local shop owner out there. So I can't tell it like you told me.
All right. Well, so I don't know exactly all of the details, but basically, we have a local shop that is a champagne bar and a boutique, a clothing boutique for women.
Yes.
And they called
And for
it.
Eric and I, we get our gal
Does
time.
it have to
on.
be women only?
well,
Yeah.
I mean, anyone can drink the champagne. I guess anyone can wear the clothes, technically.
Usually we're wearing our rose all day shirts in here, so
I feel a social experiment going on.
I just went to New York and there was a store in there that was it says the world's first gender neutral store or something like that.
I'll wear my male romper in there.
Oh my god, I've been seeing so many male rompers lately.
No, you haven't.
I swear, I went to a baby shower Saturday. Is a co-ed baby shower. 2 guys wearing rompers.
As a joke,
No,
for real. What?
for real.
That was an internet joke that took place, and just I think Shinesty pushed it because they do silly stuff like that. They're out of Gainesville, I think, too. But they make that stuff up. Then it becomes a story. Then it becomes a thing.
It's a thing. I saw a guy in New York too. Like,
No.
yeah, he had a black romper on and a Chanel belt, and fancy shoes. Like
What a
he was.
sucker.
I wonder if he's seen Dr. T and the women. Sounds like he has.
You started Mr. T and the women. Oh, thank you, John Paul. You did it.
Whoa.
That's,
Is that me?
No.
Oh, it's like,
I don't think
Jesus.
so. I'm assuming it's
Is that my
John
new
Paul
ringtone?
pumping it through. I
Um,
can't see.
so, all right. So, sorry. We got caught up in the real fun, girly stuff.
Boutique. What was
Okay,
that?
Bartique, right? So
Bartique.
it was called Bubbly Bartique. It's local down the street where we are here in Tampa, and I guess not long after they opened their store, they got a notice from another one over in St. Pete, which is like 45 minutes away, that they had the same name and they wanted this store to stop using it.
Yeah.
Now it wasn't identical; like they were both using the term Bartique, but the names were different. Like this one was Bubbly. I don't know what the other one was called, but so they started, going back and forth trying to resolve that issue. But then some company, another business up in, I think it was South Carolina or North Carolina. Well, they also had Bartique and they had the trademark. So they came to both of these businesses and said, well, you're both out. Neither of you are going to use this name. And they resolved it ultimately. But both of the St. Pete and the Tampa companies had to completely rebrand. That means all new signage, any like hang tags they had for their clothing, any social media presence marketing, whatever they put in.
Eric, think of that for your stuff and how much cost and time and frustration that would cost, right?
Yeah, dude.
The exterior signage alone is like, that is dad mad angry.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like, God, no.
Yeah.
It's so expensive to
All
get a
those
good
shirts
sign.
I have all my shirts.
Right.
They're all.
So we were talking about that. Just the opportunity lost, just the time spent that you have to, the opportunity, time lost that you have to fix everything too in a matter of a week or whatever it is just sucks. And just and when you're retail, exterior signage is expensive. Like to change that would make me so mad. I'd just be like, well, I'm not in the coffee business anymore. I'm not in the champagne business anymore. But
their name is cute now. It's Bar Chic. So
that's even better. Yeah,
Ha.
I like that better.
Take that,
and
Bartique.
the St. Pete is Brewtique. So
And
Oh, okay.
don't
That's
call
where I got
anybody
that.
ma'am in either of those places. That's a callback 30 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yep.
We are out
You're
of
done?
time.
Okay.
DangeloLaw.com for all your trademark business legal needs. DangeloLaw.com. Thanks for coming on.
SweatEquityPod.com.
My sweat equity.
You don't want to do your own now? Look at you there.
What about my sweat equity?